What's going on? My name's Mark and today we're going to go over some ab killing Pilates. You're going to really try and feel and distinguish between each of the abdominal muscles, seeing can we feel the right side as much as we feel the left side. Some of the big cues will be like tucking the ribs in and down as well as pressing the pelvis forward. And of course, if there's any pains, especially in your lower back or anything like that, please don't be afraid to take an adaptation or just skip the exercise altogether. So that being said, let's get started. When you're ready, stand to the edge of the mat, flex forward, come all the way down to lying down. Hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers, try press that pelvis forward, close the ribs over, and just start to lift that chest up. Nice, slow and controlled, really trying to breathe into the back of the ribs here and breathe into wherever you feel tight. We're just trying to free up that lower back now so we can start to get into that abdominals a lot easier. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. Coming straight back down, open those arms out into a T shape. Again, press that pelvis forward as we take the opposite foot towards the opposite hand. Nice, slow and controlled. Trying to see again, can we just open up that lower back? There might be a few clicks and cracks as we do this, but there should be no pain. Nice, deep breaths. This can be a great one to actually do as your warm up before you go out for a walk or a run, just to make those legs feel a little bit lighter and to sit into the pelvis a little bit better. One more each side. Fantastic stuff. And over to the other side. From here, hands back underneath the shoulders, pop straight back up onto all fours, and now swing those legs all the way through. From here, I'm going to come down onto my back. I'm going to press through that pelvis. I'm just trying to get those hips warmed up and those hamstrings to take away from the abs. From here, can I cross my right leg over the left, drop the head down onto the ground, and then I'm just going to start pressing through that pubic bone up towards the ceiling. Again, trying to keep those ribs tucked down and in and trying to see, can I just squeeze that glute on that left side to lift the hips up. Now, of course, if there's any pains in the knees or the back as you're doing this one, please don't hesitate. Drop 2 feet down on the ground as you do this. 5, 4. Don't be alarmed if you don't feel much happening in the backside just yet. 3, 2, and 1. Hold those hips up nice and high. We're going to take that right leg now and we're going to take it away from the center and just start to pedal that leg out. Again, pressing up from the front of that pelvis, 2 inches below the belly button. Put all your concentration on there and just check in with that left foot. See, can we press that big toe down into the ground as much as we're pressing that heel in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lining the knees up together. Place the 2 fingers on the pelvis now and just gently move the pelvis side to side. Nice, slow and controlled. Again, if there's any pull in the back, don't be afraid to do this movement with the 2 feet down on the ground. Brilliant stuff. Can we get the hips a little bit higher? 5, 4. Listen to the body. See, where do I feel the most sensation? 2 more. Fantastic stuff. And now hold it where you feel the most sensation or where it feels the hardest. We're going to take that right leg, we're going to open it out, then bring it straight back in. Trying to stabilize that pelvis as much as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross that right leg back over the left leg. Again, drop the hips down, straight back up, and it should feel like the hips are coming up just a little bit higher, but also that there's more sensation now on that left glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. Dropping those legs all the way down onto the ground. Tuck the hips up or press that pelvis forward. Close the ribs down as we take the legs up into tabletop. We're coming straight up into our single leg stretch where I'm pulling into the knee as well as pushing into the hand, trying to see, can I get the legs even longer and straighter? And can I feel anything in the side of the stomach just start to light up and turn on? Breathe out with it. 3 more each side. 2 more each side. And 1 more each side. Fantastic stuff. From here, come all the way back down to lying down, crossing that left leg over the right leg. Again, closing those ribs, pressing through that pelvis. Start to lift the hips up and down. Nice, slow and controlled. You're doing so well here. Again, try and check in with that big toe on the right foot. See, can we put our weight into that big toe as well as that heel, not all the way just in that right heel. 5, 4, can we get the hips even higher? 3, 2, and 1. Holding the hips up nice and high. Take that left leg out and start to slowly pedal the leg out. Nice and controlled again, still pressing up through that pubic bone. We're 2 inches below the belly button. Can we get that left leg even longer? 5, 4, can we tuck those ribs in? 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. Line the knees up together, take the hips and start to move the hips side to side. Listening to the body, seeing where do I feel the most sensation, where feels the hardest. 5, 4, again, if there's any pull in the back, drop your left foot down on the ground as you do this. 3, 2, and 1. Take that left leg now, open it nice and wide, then straight back in. 5, again, can we close those ribs? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Crossing that left leg over the right. Again, drop the hips down, press straight back up. And again, it should feel like we get a little bit more extension out of those hips. 5, 4, we should feel that right glute turn on just a little bit more. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. From here, coming all the way down to the ground. Again, press our pelvis forward, close those ribs over. The hands are coming behind the head. I'm rolling those legs up into tabletop, and now I'm coming into bicycle crunch. Nice, slow and controlled. Seeing, can I get the legs even longer? You're doing so well. 5, 5, 4. If there's any pull in the back, kick the legs up higher. 3, 2 more each side, and 1 more each side. Fantastic stuff. From here, take both legs now, extend both legs out to kind of a 60-degree angle, hands above the head. If there's any pain in the neck, arms behind the head. If there's any pain in the back, bend the legs in. But from here, I just want you to focus on pressing through that front of the pelvis and breathing as deep as you can, especially that exhale. That's what's going to get everything in that stomach to start to turn on. Think about where the diaphragm sits. It's in the stomach along with the abdominals. So the deeper we breathe, the more we're going to pull against those abs. 5, 4, you're doing so well. 3, 2, and 1. Bend those legs in, hands back behind the head. It's not about how low the legs go here. It's all about how flat we keep that lower back as we drop the legs down and up. So if you feel that back start to arch, don't hesitate. Do half range of motion, and that should be absolutely fine. We want to engage those lower abs and get everything to turn on. Brilliant stuff. Doing so well. So right now, everything should be starting to fire in that stomach. 5, 4, you're doing so well. 3, 2, and 1. Holding those legs up, close the ribs over again, hands back behind the head, back to that bicycle crunch where it should feel a lot different. It almost feels like your legs are lighter, but the stomach becomes much heavier. Again, pressing those legs as far away as possible. Again, if there's any pull in the back, don't be afraid. Kick those legs up higher. 5, 5, 4. Can we close or tuck those ribs in even more? 3 more each side. Brilliant stuff. 2 more each side. And 1 more each side. Fantastic stuff. From here, taking those legs, dropping them down, taking that head, neck and chest up, lift it off the ground, keep those ribs closed and just move those elbows side to side. Breathe out with it and just see, can we feel the top 2 abs or along the ribs just start to light up and turn on? Can we breathe out even deeper? Can we tuck those ribs down and in even more as we do this? 5, 4, is my left side doing what my right side is? 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. From here, keeping that head, neck and chest up, we're gonna take it up a notch by extending that right leg out, cross the left leg over. And for this next sequence, we're gonna keep the legs crossed like this as we take that head, neck and chest, lift it up and down. Nice, slow and controlled. If there's any pull in the back, do not hesitate to bend those knees, but try and press the knees together here. 5, 4, 3, you're doing so well. 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. Holding that head, neck and chest up, keeping those legs crossed, bring those hands down to the ground, pull the arms against the ground, and they start to draw a nice big circle. We're gonna start to feel those lower and those mid abs really start to fire and turn on. Again, try and press through the pelvis. If that back is at you, do not hesitate to bend the knees or even just skip the exercise. 5, 4, you're doing so well. Press those knees together. 3, 2, and 1. Check in with the body. Change direction. See, can we feel both sides start to fire? Brilliant stuff. Does that left side hurt like the right? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. The hands can stay out to the side or underneath the backside or the lower back, wherever you feel more comfortable, as we roll the legs all the way back, still pressing through the knees, dropping the legs down into that lower leg raise. Again, do not be worried about how low the legs go. Worry about that back staying nice and flat and trying to press that pelvis through. And of course, if this is too much, don't hesitate to bend the knees. 5, 4. Can we press that front of the pelvis forward as the legs go down? 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. From here, take a good look at how the legs were crossed. We're going to change them over in a few minutes to the opposite direction. From here, take the legs away. Hands are coming up to the center. We're crunching everything up. And now into my favorite exercise, the dead bug. From here, we're extending the opposite arm to the opposite leg, trying to get the arm and the leg as far away from each other as possible. Trying to press through that pelvis as the leg goes out and keeping those ribs down and in and really stretching out the legs and getting that core to start to engage, fire, and stretch out and move accordingly. Brilliant stuff. 3 more each side. Fantastic stuff. 2 more each side. And 1 more each side. Fantastic stuff. From here, again, take those legs. We're gonna lift that left leg up. We're gonna cross that right leg over the left leg. Again, dropping them to 70 degrees. Close that rib over. From here, we're coming back to our crunch. And if you thought things felt bad before, it's gonna feel so much worse now. So go to your happy place. Try and breathe out. Try and think, who motivates you? Why are we doing this? 5, 4, can I feel that left side as much as I feel the right side? 3, if there's any pull in the back, bend those knees. 2, and 1, fantastic stuff. Arms are coming down to the ground again. Pull your body against the ground if you can. We're coming back to our circle where we're trying to press through that pelvis. Again, if there's any pull in the back, do not hesitate to bend those knees. 5. Check in with the body. Can we feel those lower abs turn on? Can we press the pelvis into it more? 3 more, then we're changing direction. Brilliant stuff. And change direction. Brilliant, nice, slow and controlled. Keeping that back nice and flat. 4. 3, you're doing so well. 2. And 1, fantastic stuff. Again, your hands can go wherever they feel comfortable. If you want to bring them underneath the back, don't hesitate to do so. Try and lift those hips all the way off the ground to stretch that lower back, but also to get a little bit extra contraction in those abs. Again, watch how low the legs go. I don't want to go all the way down here and arch that back. I want to keep everything tucked up and under and really work the abs or the core as a whole. It should feel harder and worse to do. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. Bring those legs back to center, uncross the legs. Again, hands are coming behind the head. Again, back into that bicycle crunch. Again, the legs should feel almost even lighter, but that stomach just feels super, super heavy. Breathe out with it. See, can we get the legs longer? And can we press that pelvis forward? 5, 5, 4. There's only 1 more ab exercise after this. Keep going. 3 more each side. Brilliant stuff. 2 more. And 1 more. Fantastic stuff. From here, legs back to the center. Again, press through that pelvis, close the ribs, down into that lower leg curl. And if you didn't feel your lower abs before, they should be on fire now. So check in with the body. Can I feel that left side as much as I feel the right side? Brilliant stuff. Nice, slow and controlled. 5. Again, don't worry about how low the legs go. Worry about how flat that back is. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. From here, press that pelvis forward, hands out to the side, take those knees, gently go side to side. There might be a few clicks and cracks in the back as you do this one, but it should feel nice and easier, nice and good if you do get any cracks. 3, 3, 2. Again, can we tuck those ribs in? And 1 more each side. Fantastic stuff. From here, I'm rolling all the way over onto that stomach. I'm now gonna stretch the stomach and stretch that lower back. Hands underneath the shoulders, press that pubic bone down and forward, close the ribs down, open the legs out just a little bit wider than shoulder width, and then I'm coming up into that cobra, but down onto the left elbow, and I'm just looking back towards that left foot, trying to pull that left elbow against the ground as much as possible. And from here, I should start to feel all down that left side, start to stretch out. Now breathe into it, close those ribs. Everything might be super tight here and you might not be used to stretching this out. So don't be worried if it feels like a little bit of a spasm or a cramp. Just try and hold this and breathe into it. And the amount of stretching we're doing here, if you need to do this for 2 or 3 minutes after the video, don't hesitate, go back to it and really try and get your hips and your lower back in a nice place. 5, deep breaths. Send that breath into the back of the ribs. 4, close those ribs over. Pull that elbow against the ground. 3, can I drop the shoulders away from the ears? 2, and 1, fantastic stuff. Coming straight back down, up onto all fours, tuck those toes, and now I'm gonna shoot the hips all the way up into a downward dog. Walking those hands all the way back towards the feet. Nice, slow and controlled, coming up. We're just gonna take the hips, close the ribs over, move the hips around in a circle. Nice, slow and controlled, keeping those ribs tucked underneath and just getting that lower back and the pelvis to move. 2, and 1 more. Change direction of the circle. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic stuff. From here, we're gonna walk to the other end of the mat. Again, feet shoulder width apart. We're flexing forward, coming all the way down onto the stomach. Nice, slow and controlled. Again, legs out just a little bit wider than the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders, press that pelvis down, close the ribs and pull those shoulders back as we gently come up into that cobra, dropping that right elbow down onto the ground. From here again, I'm looking back at that right foot and trying to focus on just pulling that elbow against the ground the whole time. Breathe into the back of the ribs and really see, can we actually get that right side to start to light up? And don't be worried if it's down the side of the leg, in the waist, in the love handles, or in that lower back itself. Just try and breathe into it. Again, it might not feel normal or comfortable to do this stretch, but the more we sit in this position, the more the body's going to realize how to move that lower back. Just deep, deep breaths. 5. Can I pull the shoulders away from the ears? Can I look back at that right foot even more? Can I pull that right arm into the ground? 3. Deep breaths. 2. And 1. Fantastic stuff. Nice, slow and controlled. Back to the center, hands underneath the shoulders, popping straight back up. Again, tuck the feet, shoulder width apart, tuck those toes, shoot the hips back into that downward dog, and again, walk those hands back towards the feet. From here, pushing the hips forward and just holding, slowly releasing. 3. 2. Slowly coming back up. And guys, you are done and dusted for the day. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Again, my name's been Mark. Hopefully you enjoyed this. All the best.